This is the way we start the live, start the live, start the live. This is the way we start the live by petting Mr. Dog. What's up, buddy? You gonna shake my... Aw, look at that. He's so excited to get going. Hello. Hi. What's up? All right. My dog loves you. See, that's him licking you. Anyways, what's up, fuckers? Who's that good boy? You want to sit down? Back up. Back up. Here. Dentist stick. See ya. Hello, Phil. He knows when he's being filmed. Because he looks at me and he sees me looking at the phone and he's like, what the hell, bro? What the hell, though? I burped. Who's a good boy? Yeah, you are. Anyways, absolutely nothing's changed on the wall except for the order of a couple of guns. Moving on. Hey, how you guys doing? Joe here. I am here for your enjoyment. I am here for discussions. I am here to be Joe. So get in here and enjoy the Joe and the Joe and the Joe. Pretty good, brother. How you been? Let's go ahead and... There we go. Nope, a little bit more. Come on. Gotta get the camera in the right position. There we go. Alright. I'm one of those people that does things. Yes. Buckshot, what's up, man? It's all right, man. Found a car that I like, so that's going to be good. And then just kind of going about the day, doing what we need to. Yeah. All right. That's what we're talking about, dude. You liking that treat, buddy? Gave my dog a denti stick. His breath smelled a little bit on the ripe side. How are ya? Shit! Didn't turn on my do not disturb. Oh wait, I did. All right, turned on do not disturb. Selling a Lincoln, trading it in. So I originally bought the Lincoln, and I was going to use the Lincoln. It was going to be my daily and all that stuff. And I bought the Ram because the Ram was such an incredibly good value that I wound up not needing two 4x4s. And the Lincoln has lower mileage, and it's a nicer vehicle, so it'll get me more money on trade-in. So yeah, that's why that's going away. All right, so let's get the elephant in the room out of the room. Get out of here, elephant. Not you, doggy. You're a good elephant. So they caught the suspected killer of Charlie Kirk. So now we just gotta wait and see if he makes his statement or not, or if people are speculating, that he was hired and all this other shit. But I'm waiting to see what happens. 22-year-old kid, and he killed somebody. All right, it's enough about that. Let's talk about fun stuff. I had my finger in my butthole earlier, and now my nose itches. You think they'll give him the death penalty? Well, he's in a death penalty state, but we'll see what happens. Sometimes maybe they'll try to just go for life without the possibility of parole just to make an example of him. But they may give him if he's found guilty, then they'll probably go for the death penalty. Is a $2,200 or $2,300 budget for a 12.5 AR too high for my first AR? Yes. Unless that's going to be the only AR you do, $2,300 is like premium AR money. Daniel Defense money, high-end FN15s. What are you doing, buddy? You okay? You're standing there all weird. But yeah, 22, 23 is more than you should be needing to spend unless you're buying a one-and-done gun. I would say probably if you want a quality AR build, probably going to be in under 1,500 will get you into a solid choice. Get in here, people. People, come in here. It's been 4 minutes. I need more people watching me talk. Get in here, kids. Get in here. I'm having a shop build it. It's probably going to be my one and done. If it's your one and done, then no, it's not too much. One and dones, spend the money, buy once, cry once. Hey, Michael, what's going on? Crazy situation, yeah. You recently acquired a Bauer 25. Nice. I think I had one at some point. I used to buy all the weird stuff that came down the pipeline, so I've had a couple. I'm trying to think. No, I had a Bauer 22 revolver. I don't know why, but my dog really likes these. No, not yet, buddy. What car are you thinking about getting? Oh, it's already done. I'm just waiting for them to prep the car. It's a 2017 Charger RT premium. It's got the two-tone white-black leather interior, 20-inch wheels. It's just a standard RT. It doesn't have like the Scat Pack body kit or anything on there. It doesn't have the newer front end on it. So I'm probably going to swap out the nose for the SRT front. I see myself getting an HK rifle in the future, no time soon though. HKs are an amazing rifle, but they're so expensive because HK just they demand it and people pay it. No, Chargers. All Chargers are automatic except for Dom Toretto's in the last Fast and Furious. The Charger 4 doors were only available with automatics. Challengers you can get with the stick in any trim level. The two-tone white-black interior is fire. Yeah, man. So I've been having my buddy look, the dealership I got the Lincoln from, because, you know, why wouldn't I go back to them? They gave me such a good deal. And I'm like, dude, I either want a Mustang GT track pack, which they can't find, not for a reasonable price anyway, and they wound up finding a Charger, an RT. I only want a Hemi. I only want toys. You know, I don't want a V6 version of a V8 car. If a car was available with the V8, I want the V8. It's just something that my brain does. If a car was only available with a maximum of a V6, then I want the V6. So I told him, hey man, find me what you can, get me what you can, and let's get this done. So he found me a 2017. It's got all the toys, standard toys for a 2017, and it's cool. It's the same color my 300 was, but it doesn't have a sunroof, which I actually prefer. So I'm going to have the roof painted black to match my old 300. I don't know if you guys ever saw the old 300. Let me see if I can pull it up on Instagram. My sister has a V6. I'm not mad at it, but I prefer the V8. The V6 is fine, but honestly, 100% honestly, the V6 models get beat to shit because they're bought by people that don't care about cars. They just wanted to get in for a price. That is the wrong one. Profile, there we go. Home. Profile. Switch my profile, motherfucker. There we go. Man, I do not use Instagram very often. Yeah, so this was my old 300. So it was a 2016 S trim, all blacked out. It didn't have any chrome on it. So it was the S model, had the panoramic roof because only the Chryslers had the panoramic roof. I wound up putting 20s on it. It came standard with 19s for some reason, so I found the 20-inch Chrysler 300 wheels. So that used to be my daily driver until it got hit in the back, and it pissed me off because the transmission started clicking. So I sold that car, and the one that my buddy found for me is the same is the same color, a lot of the similar options. It's a blackout car as well. Yeah, I love that car. I had 60,000 miles on it when I bought it, got it for a hell of a good deal, and that thing actually was really awesome. But yeah, this was my old, I don't even use this profile. So, let's see. And, that was my Navigator. Old Navigator. This was a, Focus I picked up for $3,000 during COVID and sold it for $7,000. That was when I had an undercut. which I'm going back to. Let's see. This was my old Ram. So that was my old Ram. The only difference between my old Ram and the Ram I have now is my new Ram doesn't have the Ram boxes, so actually it's more usable. Let's see. That's one of my computer builds I used to run. That used to be in this, in the case over here. So that used to be my computer. That was a nice computer. I like that build. Let's see. That was when I got the tattoos. Yeah, so I haven't been posting on there much. Only 66 people follow me at the Jiminy. So you fuckers should go and follow me over there. Yeah. I love that. Pick up the phone of vision. My dog is sitting looking at me like, why are you talking that way? Way and get my first AR was better Aero Precision, SIG M400, or Springfield Saint. Honestly, out of the box performance and reliability, you're probably going to have a better time with the SIG. The Aero is good, but it's basic. Sorry, I'm cleaning my camera. And the Springfield Saint is okay, but sometimes they have some quality control issues. How are the newer Rams? I've only messed with the second and third gen. So the 14 and up got the ZF 8-speed transmission, although Chrysler calls it the Torque Flight 8-speed transmission because Torque Flight was a Chrysler thing. It has the same transmission as a Rolls-Royce Wraith. My Ram going to North Carolina, I went and visited Stonehaven. My Ram got 21 miles to the gallon, doing about 80 the whole way, so pretty impressive. The third gen Eagle Hemi has a lot more features that were upgrades from the previous iteration of that version of the Hemi, in that it had better fuel management, and it actually made more power. In the trucks, it makes 385 and 400 foot-pounds of torque, something like that. In the cars, it only makes 370 and 385 or something like that. What's the 22 long rifle bolt action? That is a Sears 43103. Hey, Dave. Also, that generation Ram, the interiors are nicer than the second and third gen, in my opinion. '21 is really good. Do they have cylinder deactivation? Yes, but I think mine's deleted because I've never seen the notification for it. So if you click through your menus and you go to your fuel economy, it will tell you when it goes into 4-cylinder mode. I never saw that light up. So I think whoever owned it tuned it and took that out. You can remove it with a tuner. Not that I'm telling you you should, but you can. I've not seen that. I am tied for 2,123rd most subscribed channel. Except there's 400,000 with more people. Although in the United States, I am the 1,897th most popular channel. That's funny. Anyway, 21's really good. Do those have cylinder deactivation? Yes, 100%. My video view ranks, I'm, let's see, 95 percentile. 72% of the way to the top of tech for some reason. They keep saying I'm in tech when I'm not. Probably because I said I was so they wouldn't demonetize my channel. So to all those wondering, the hoodies are going to be black, gray, and this same color green, and they'll just have the Jiminy Show text on it, the scrawl here. Same thing on the one side, and it'll have either the American flag on one shoulder like this one does, or it might be on the back of the hoodie. I haven't decided. Hey, Incognito, what's up? Yeah, Yeah, I've always been of the mind I don't care about fuel economy in my vehicles. Um, I drive them, they need fuel, I put fuel in them. I don't look at the mileage I get normally unless I go on long drives. I can tell you I took my Lincoln Navigator with the 6-speed automatic to Atlanta for the NRA show, and I only got 17 with that. So my Ram gets better gas mileage than my Navigator, even though it's more squared off. That transmission makes a lot of difference in those cars. Let's see, day 0, but it's my entire bunker, reviewing the garbage. St. George class makes. The suspect became more political. Just kind of reading the news and shit and looking at things. Your fuel is so much cheaper than ours in the UK. Yes and no. You guys make more money than we do. So yeah, you pay, what is it, equivalent of like $10 a gallon, but you make more money than we do on average. If I put deodorant on, it helps. I'm just stinky. Because I said it smells funny. I meant the mag. Yeah, there's a Canik TTI up there. Might be hard to see at the angle you're at. Let me see. No, it's right there. The one with the gold O-light on it is a Canik TTI Combat, Terran Tactical Combat. La 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 la. What's up, Justin? How you doing today, man? Are we all over this whole Charlie Kirk thing now that they've arrested a guy? Can we all say that you're done? You have an SFT Pro. Oh, you basically have the exact same gun. Don't need the TTI, others are just fine. Absolutely, 1,000,000%. The TTI is just a cool looking variant, but there's nothing special about it. It has the pinned comp, which is actually more annoying because you have to push a roll pin out to take it apart. No, I'm not satisfied. The ballistics don't add up, but I will drop it on your chat. Oh, no. Here we go. How about the Wind City Army logo on the sleeves? No, I really don't. The channel and the store are two separate entities. I really don't want to put the store logo on there, especially since I'm pulling back from doing everyday sales. I only want to do special orders and in-store once in a while sales, so I'm not really interested in putting it on there. You want a TP9 LS for EDC? TP? You mean an MC9? TP9 is a full-size gun. Yeah, so when McManus gets in here, he'll tell you his theories, and I'm still holding off, right? Because I'm just waiting to see what all the information is. TP for my bunghole! You carry the EDC Pro every day? You carry the Pro every day. There's nothing wrong with that gauge. I carry a 1911 5-inch every day, so. I carry 5 inches of hard steel in my pants and a gun. Yeah. Wait a second. I'm wondering, does I feel the mag release eats my undershirt. Yeah, that's you could always change them out. Villager, long time, bro. What's up? How you doing over there? Cody, what's going on? Huh. I wonder. Oh, I wonder who wrote the book of covenants. Shit, when you misspell things, you can't find answers. Oh no! Apparently there's nothing for Tarkov. Alright, fuck you, Weemod. Still looking for a new job without much success. Don't suppose your shop's hiring? Unfortunately, we are not, my friend. I wish I could say we were. But no, my shop is not. The current state of the economic landscape sucks so bad that we really, yeah. My veteran, no sir. Just subscribed. You look like a cool dude. Thank you. Your nose is smelly. Yeah, well, at least I would pick up my guns when they're waiting for me. I was working. I already know what you were going to say. I didn't have time. I had to do a lockout an hour and a half away, and the guy was an asshole. That wasn't the chair, by the way. That was my spine creaking because I'm old. What's my opinion on what happened to Mr. Kirk? I think I understand that what you're asking is not what you're actually typing. So there shouldn't be an opinion on what happened. Nobody has the right to kill somebody else. Nobody has the right. Period. Now, the death penalty I believe in, once somebody does kill somebody else and take away their life, future, happiness, their family's future, then yeah, they deserve to die. But nobody deserves to die. Period. I like your guns. Thank you. I had to do a key make 50 minutes away. You were close, lol. My arm's bleeding. God damn it. I'm okay. It's still work. Still engaged to my wonderful woman. Still a nerd. Hell yeah! I think it's being posted online. It's not right. His daughters will see it one day. Unfortunately, the fact is, yeah, it can be scrubbed from like major search engines and things like that. But unfortunately, since it was posted to the internet, it will always be on the internet somewhere. You can never get every copy of a video down. And yes, I agree. It's absolutely shitty that people posted the video. The morbid curiosity of people. It's the same people that sit and they take video of fatal car crashes. We're documenting it for history. You're fucking sick. I used all my store credit from the pawn shop. I'll talk about it one day. Not ready to yet, though. Nice. How's my dad? He's in Italy somewhere, so he's having the time of his life. Caleb, we can't pick up guns on live streams. Yeah, I just went through it, brother. Free. What do you expect me to say, brother? I am not somebody, if you know me and you know this channel, I understand you're coming in, you're making conversation, that's why I'm not going to go off on it, but a man was murdered. What do you think I feel about that? Do I promote murdering? No. It's absolutely, really, it's, there shouldn't be, what do I feel? There also shouldn't be, we talked about this on the day it happened. I don't know Charlie Kirk. I didn't know Charlie Kirk. I don't know his family. I don't know anybody related to Charlie Kirk. So I don't have a level of engagement that some people think I should. And the completely whacked out fucking nut job that killed him, I don't have any connection to him either. I don't exist in that space. My brain doesn't go there. Sorry to bring this tragedy up, but we are still upset. Why are you upset? How did you know Charlie? And that's the question I ask you guys. You can be shocked that something like this happened, but the upset thing, I don't fully understand it. And please explain it to me. I'm not saying it to be an asshole. Somebody explain to me why, tragic as it is, the death of a man that none of you have ever met or spent time with or been in their house upset you in that way. It shouldn't emotionally elicit a sadness from you. It should elicit anger that somebody was willing to take another person's life. It should elicit the fact that somebody was allowed to slip through the cracks long enough to develop a mental state that led to this. But I just don't understand when people say that they're emotionally intrigued or emotionally attached to somebody that they've never met. You don't know anybody response. Yeah. No, it's fine, Villager. I knew this was going to happen. I almost didn't go live today because on Wednesday when it happened, this is what most of the live stream was. And tonight it's going to be about that because they caught the guy supposedly. In McDonald's earlier, guy was doing a TikTok thing and jumped through the window and started dancing. Yeah, I would have shot him. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. There should be more people like you in America. There are. The problem is most people like me in America don't bother speaking. I'll speak to it when I'm asked about it, but I'll also keep my mouth shut when it doesn't involve me. Air Max, what's up? Hope I didn't miss too much. Nah, you really didn't miss much, man. It's because of the whole Charlie Kirk thing. This whole week is fucked. You know. Like, how many of you are talking about the two kids that are in critical condition in the hospital in Colorado when a student opened fire on them? None of you are bringing that up because those kids don't have TikToks. Those kids weren't on YouTube Shorts. You know? Twice the number of people were shot in Colorado that were shot in Utah. Colorado, one of the strictest gun states, yet a student was able to get guns and take them to school. It was in the news. It was in the news. And it happened 4 hours before Charlie Kirk died. That's the problem. You're not seeing it in the news because Charlie Kirk is a more well-known figure and nobody died yet from the school shooting. So to say it wasn't in the news, you're wrong. It was in the news. It was absolutely in the news, but it was overshadowed in the news. Wife's pissed. I took pics with it and the tag on it like an idiot. She should never know if it's not technically. I only paid $1,000 for it. The rest is store credit. Huh. Not my news. You're European. Okay. Honestly, you shouldn't be even hearing about Charlie Kirk. Because by making it a massive media sensation the way they have, again, it's all anybody's been talking about for 3 days, and it overshadows everything else. You're cute, has anybody told you? Thank you, Sound Wharf, but if you type it again, you get to go on break. You get that revolver? What's in the quotes? Why is that in quotes? Ukrainian young girl was not in the news. Yeah. Thank you for taking my comment. You're speaking well on this. Please protect yourself and your channel. How's the night? It's the exact same fucking thing over and over, MC. It's the same thing as Wednesday, only it's even stupider people thinking they're funny. You got the Belt Fed 22. Well, I think the Belt Fed 22 was the smarter purchase anyways. Mrs. Justin, if you're listening to this, your husband is a smart man, and he's going to put your kids through college, so just let him have his fun now. Really? What did he do for you, X-Reps? Did he call you on your birthday? What's his middle name? What's his wife's name? What are his kids' names? And don't look it up if you can't answer in 5 seconds. That's where my statement is coming from. I acknowledge that Charlie Kirk was murdered. I think it's absolutely horrific that somebody was allowed to murder him. I think it's absolutely stupid that somebody was murdered for talking. But beyond that, my emotional engagement with this whole situation doesn't exist. Blue one's not real. The blue one is a 3D printed replica of a Chiappa Rhino. My buddy made it for me because he knows I don't like Chiappa. He was assassinated, not murdered. It's the same thing. It's only an assassination because he has political ties. He was still murdered. The two are not mutually exclusive. Now, an assassination is different from a regular murder, yes, but murder is still murder whether or not you add assassination to it. So you can try to say it's a semantic argument, but you're going to lose that. It's kind of like all squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares. Same thing. When you kill somebody, despite whether it's homicide, manslaughter, whatever, if it's a murder, it's a murder. He intentionally killed him. He murdered that man. I heard Chevy's bringing back the Chevelle. Should Dodge owners be worried? No, because they're not bringing it back. It's true that buying a gun online armory will be sent to an armory near me. If you buy a gun online, yes, it needs to be shipped to an FFL in your location. So I learned today that they made a new DP-12, at least new to me. I just learned about it today, called the SSR. It's capable of shooting both barrels at the same time instead of one at a time. Does it have two separate triggers? Hot tubs and jacuzzis. Okay. Still a manslaughter charge. Yeah, so manslaughter, again, if you want to get like even more down to the core of thing, a manslaughter is a charge that can be applied in terms of like accidental deaths, involuntary manslaughter, and in unintentional vehicular manslaughter, things like that. So manslaughter is actually technically below murder. What this man did was murder, straight up. He murdered a person with full intention, full forethought. Manslaughter is usually applied when something is done in the heat of the moment or without premeditation. Several of my guns were banned and confiscated recently in Canada. Shit, you should have put them on a boat. Murder one, that would be the charge. Oops. Yes, it's premeditated murder. Yes, I've been playing Helldivers 2 since it came out on Xbox. Have you played it? Yes, actually, me, Stonehaven, and McManus used to play it a lot, but then he decided that he was done being a virgin, got himself a girlfriend, and now he doesn't play with us anymore. One trigger shoots both barrels. Really? How does that get around the automatic law? Yes, some road accidents do fall under manslaughter. Vehicular manslaughter. Yes, because a lot of deaths when involved in accidents and cars and things like that, those are things that are considered heat of the moment because if you were to run somebody down on purpose, it changes to murder. But if it's just an accident, it is a manslaughter charge. Nice setup. Thank you. Driving while intoxicated is a separate charge away from it. So if you kill somebody while driving while intoxicated or impaired, you will get a DWI and a vehicular manslaughter, vehicular death, vehicular homicide. Yeah, so there's unfortunately, because the legal system involves so many loopholes both for prosecution and defense, there have to be a multitude of charges with additions that have to exist. Open 10 versus 10 to 20. I don't know what that means. What's the difference between DUI and wet reckless? How much you pay your lawyer? Okay. You have a lot of that with the DUI. It's far worse. Yeah. So, unfortunately, the U.S. justice system tends to let first-time DUI guys get off extremely light, sometimes 4- or 5-time DUI guys, until they kill somebody. It almost gets to the point where I blame some courts for some DUI deaths because if you see somebody in the news that's had 7 DUIs, has never served a day in jail and kills somebody, that is the justice system failing family of the victim and the person that wound up killing somebody. So if a court continually gives probation to somebody who gets DUIs, refuses to put them in jail because jails are overcrowded, etc., things like this, and that motherfucker gets 7 DUIs before he kills some kid, I think the court should be held accountable for that as much as the driver of the car. Because if they had done their job, because a 7-time DUI should be carrying a charge of multiple years. And instead of doing that, they should have fucking, you know, it's hard to find the right place to stop the blame, I guess. Let's see, a lot of all that. Do you have any pistols in Super 38 Super? Yes, I have a STI Grandmaster 2011 in 38 Super. It's actually 38 Super Major. 2025 year, the comp, what's 2026 going to be? Probably year of the fuck yous. I have no idea, dude. I really don't know. I'm interested to see. Oh, Alberto. I don't know Mr. Kirk any better than any other viewer, but my impression is he wouldn't really want... No, he wouldn't. So, Charlie Kirk's main thing was he encouraged discourse. Now, he always insisted on being the right one in that discourse, but he encouraged discourse over violence. I know a guy with 6 DUIs and he's 64. Isn't that crazy? Do you know any distributors offering any RXM package deals? Not currently, Air Max. Nobody's reached out to me. Personally feel the car should be fitted with speed limiters that can be tampered with, GPS and disabling stuff. I don't know. The problem with that is the minute you do that, it makes the cars, number one, way more complicated. Number two, way harder to actually do that with because you have to pay for every month that system is activated with. It's unfortunately what you're looking to do is just, it's not economically feasible. Well, that would be double stacked. Nice. Yes, Paul. What's a solid revolver? One that's full of epoxy. Ruger GP100, 357, 38 special. The Raging Hunter series goes anywhere from 357 up to 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum. Do I know anything about the 357 Magnum Desert Eagles? Yeah, I know a little bit. They're basically the same frame as the larger ones. They're the same design. They're just slightly smaller. They work on the same gas system as the 44 and the 50. He was always right. Facts are facts. I think you have feeling and facts turn around. And I think you need to scroll back a couple of minutes and actually listen to what I actually said. I said he wanted to always be right. I never said he was right. So, Scrappy-Doo, this is the problem with today's media and today's people. You literally could have scrubbed back 3 minutes and heard what I actually said, but instead you typed something. So, you know, you're not engaging in the subject. You're actually misquoting something I said 3 minutes ago. It's getting where you have to pay a subscription to keep your full horsepower. Yeah, that's funny. You think a revolver in 50 AE is doable? The problem with 50 AE is that it's a rimmed cartridge or non-rimmed cartridge. So it's designed to stack flat, so you'd have to run moon clips. And why would you want a 50 AE when you have the 500 Smith & Wessons? Max Payne. How's Doggo? Doggo is sleeping. Doggo was here in the beginning. He's sleeping now. If you have 4K and get a DUI, you won't notice any penalty. If you're broke, you'll lose everything. Be forced to drive suspended. Starts a cycle you never get out of. That's how the system is designed. Yeah, so you get monetary punishments. It used to be a lot more than even 4K, but yeah, I get where you're coming from. And you get a lawyer and all that other shit, so. I hate my wrist. Then get the 4570 BFR. It shoots a round that's actually way more powerful than the 500 Smith & Wesson because it's a lot faster. So, Counter-Strike. Sorry if you guys coming in, you're trying to figure out what the hell this channel's about. Unfortunately, this channel is about Charlie Kirk right now. Every fucking live streamer. By the way, all you live streamers that are putting Charlie Kirk's name in your fucking titles, go fuck yourselves. You're using the death of a man to make money. Every one of you that put Charlie Kirk in a video title that was monetized or on a live stream right now, I was scrolling through some lives before I went live tonight. I saw no less than 10 motherfuckers talking about it with Rip Charlie Kirk in their title to get attention. Fuck every one of you. 454 Kasul is the worst I've got. Nice. Isn't that a full-size rifle round? Yeah, but they make revolvers. So Magnum Research, I believe it's Magnum Research, makes a lineup of revolvers called BFR, Big Frame Revolvers. It actually stands for Big Fucking Revolvers. They make them in 30-30, 30 carbine, 45-70. Yeah. Tyrone, what is ups? Any guns you're excited to get your hands on? Well, since nobody wants to buy my Grandmaster, I think I'm going to trade it for the 226 Classic that's down at Middletown. No comments, don't know the whole story. The basics that I'm willing to talk about was some fucking psycho killed a man and the rest of the world decided to make money off of him. Seen anything interesting on eBay lately? I really haven't been playing with eBay too much. I've listed a few electronics and things for sale, but I really have been avoiding it because I don't have much money right now. What do you know about vinyl albums? I found a ton and hoping to get some money from the deal. Some records are worth a lot of money. Some are just boxes of fillers. What happened to your eye? Your mom tried to show me her boobs and one of my eye ran away. Oh, Rocky's running in his dreams. The problem is if I turn the camera, he's going to start moving or he's going to get up. See? Damn it. He's doing the little run thing. How much for your grand? You'll have to email me, but it ain't cheap. Axel! Rest in peace, Charlie. Love your lives. Thank you, Axel. Thank you for the donation. Yeah, no. Charlie Kirk was never going to be president of the United States. He was way too opinionated, and if he started taking lobbyist money, he would have betrayed everything he thought he stood for. Yes, the guns are real. What's your day job? I own a gun store, and I'm retired. So, both. JD is the next POTUS. All depends, man. I think some actor needs to run again. We need another Ronald Reagan. Rocky. Hey, dog. Hey, Captain Pupper. You want a treat? You want a snack? You want a snack? Damn, he's tired. He won't even get up. Still think the PPV thing is a good idea. Blood Red, what's up? If you're going to do actor Ryan Reynolds, I'm just kidding. Plus, he's not American, so he couldn't be president anyway. You'd rather give your money to smaller streamers. That's awesome, dude. People that talk trash in lives in the comments need to just scroll and not waste their time. People are idiots. Oh, shit. It broke! Rocky, your treat broke! Now I feel terrible. Here you go. Wow. You won't even work for it. It's yours. That's for you. Eat it. What? My food's not good enough for you. I gave you the treat. I bought it with my own money. You're supposed to eat it. Be a good boy. Eat the treat. Ah, that's a good boy. Ah. I'm tiny. Not to keep drawing out the conversation, did you see where Justin Jefferson is paying for all his kids' living and educational expense? I think that is very noble of a person to do. Yeah, that is awesome that he said that out loud, but let's face it, Charlie Kirk didn't need anybody's money. Charlie Kirk had money. Are the margins good owning a gun store? Fuck no. You make money on used stuff, but new stuff, no, you don't make money on that. You make some money on accessories and ammo. That's about it. Janks, what's up? Thoughts on the Echelon? I like it. I really prefer the. I've got the Sharps Brothers frame on mine. Damn it! You actually had me trying to think what actor I believe would be a good president. Oh man, that thumbnail. Thank you. He's actually in his rich parents' bunker. Wow. Yeah. Gage comes in with the $4.99 donation, and it's your first super. Congratulations, brother. You popped your cherry. Stay blessed. Thank you. You as well, Gage. Appreciate it so much. Thank you. Damn, Rocky's so tired he didn't even get up to get that treat. He just kind of drug himself across his cushion. I love my doggo. Zabenya, blah, 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 blah. Reminder, you have the official British accent pass from a Brit. Yeah, but I like kind of doing like the piratey British. We're gonna be doing that there. I've analyzed every business on the planet. I don't know what voice that is. You only make a 10% margin on most of anything. No, that's not true. Electronics reselling, my average margin was about 55 to 60% profit. You carry a gun everywhere, every time. Unless I go into a federally controlled building, yes. Finally, a normal stream. I had to run through a gauntlet to get here. I'm about to show my butthole, so yeah, I don't know if this is the normal stream. It's like the Wild West hanging with this, bro. You know what else is like hanging with this, bro? I don't. You eating that there, boy? You chewing on a treat? Is that what you wanted? Sounds good. Hey, I'm a Sound Military fed off the truck. Any new movies you plan on seeing? Nope. Canadian sentence structure, English twang, and pere vocals. Getting into aquariums and tropical fish, 100 to 300%, but sales are slow. Yeah, that's a difficult thing to do. I'm a nursing student. Unfortunately, I can't have a firearm at hospitals, but I am figuring out a workaround. I might start deep concealing with the Fister Enigma system. Yeah, I don't know, man. Just be careful. Be careful, man. If I'm not mistaken, that could be an immediate dismissal. If I was in a bank and an armed robber was in there, would you take him out? If I was in a position that I wasn't going to be putting somebody else at risk by doing it, yes. Like if they went past me and they were standing at the counter and I was behind them and they didn't have a lookout man, yes. But if somebody's pointing a gun at me, I ain't a fucking fast draw, dude. But yeah, I would try my best in a situation if they were presenting me the opportunity. Yeah, I would pull my gun. Hopefully me pulling my gun would keep them from firing their gun, but on a side note, the price of Mausers will go up. No, they won't. Historically, only guns that kill presidents go up in value. How much is your collection worth? I don't know. I've never actually sat down and tallied up how much it was worth. Usually at any given time, there's 8 to 15 grand on my wall. Did you hear about the news? Which news, Chef? And if you say Charlie Kirk, you're 3 days late, $2 short, and a ham biscuit shy of being on time. Go to look at Liberty safes tomorrow. What do you think about them? Liberty has a little bit of a kind of stigmata around them because they gave out the code to a safe to an ATF agent without a warrant, but the safes themselves are very nicely built. So here's my idea. Just don't get your ass in trouble. What's your favorite gun to buy for the store? None. I don't like them. How do I start streaming? Do I need a computer? No, I'm doing it off a phone. I'm using a computer to read the chats because it's easier than trying to read a phone. But no, I have to go to sleep. Good night, brother. Look after yourself. Keep being yourself. You're doing the things right. And all right, there. I hope you have a good night. Sleep well. Tuck in. Have a cuppa. That went Australian, so I guess we're there now. Remember, we're a prison colony. Spend the money on a welder and some steel. Build a better, safer, less. I have a welder. Never used it. Nice chatting. You have a good one. You too, Big Tiger. How do you feel about the Echelon? Well, I don't have an emotional, attachment to the gun. The gun shoots well. Has a decent trigger. It could be upgraded. I have the Sharps Brothers frame on mine, so it's a little bit heavier. It shoots good. It's a polymer, typically a polymer frame striker-fired handgun. They're all about the same, in my opinion. You like Goldfish? With a little bit of soy sauce, yeah. What's a 9mm you like? I'm a gun guy, so I like a lot of 9mm. Good night. Good night, mate. Is it better than Glock, though? In my opinion, yes. Modularity, customizability, even though it's been on the market for 4 years, it's a better gun than the Glock, in my opinion. What's your favorite dirt bike or off-road vehicle? I'm not answering just because you're holding your subscription hostage. English gave you America. Remember that. Yeah, well, America gave England an L. What's your favorite dirt bike? I already answered that one. Thank you for all your good info. I tried, Joe. Goldfish and soy sauce. Gah. Do I know any butterfly knife tricks? Yes, the first time I had a butterfly knife, I cut my finger open. That's a trick. Thoughts on the 19X? It's a Glock. Who cares? Talk goldfish from the bag or the pet store? Well, technically, when you buy a goldfish from the pet store, they put it in a bag. It's the snack that snaps back goldfish. Okay, fair. On the non-Americans in chat, what do you think of his glorious wall? I have the wall! What is your best compact you have? The best compact I have would probably be thinking through my guns. My Para Ordnance 1345. Snapping turtles. Damn boy, you got a damn good singing voice. Yeah, I do okay. ZPAP M70, pretty solid rifle. I found a 4Runner 2003, 50,000 miles, tinted cloth seats. Was there a roll down back window and 4x4, 35K cash? What do you think? That is too much for a 4Runner, bro. $35,000 for an 03? Nope. I am in Virginia. Can you throat sing? No, I've never tried. Oh, 2023. 35 is a little strong still in my opinion, but I'm not that up on the newer style trucks. What I would tell you to do though is say fuck that and get you this. 18 grand. Hear me out. Hear me out, Justin. 18 grand. It's a Hilux turbo diesel. Look at that. Right-hand drive. Look at that. All righty, I will. You can also just look at all their inventory, dude. It's Japanese Classics LLC out of Richmond. They have the best prices on cars, bro. Don't buy brand new. Hello, Daddy. What's up, Daddy? Yeah, don't make fun of my desk. It's covered in shit. Looks like a 99 4Runner. Yes, but it's the true Japanese version. It's the true Hilux. Toyota, good. Old Toyota, very good. New Toyota, meh. How often do you go live? Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Let's see. I'm looking at some of the things. Dude, real GTRs have shot up in price, bro. 93 GTR with 40,000 miles is 65 grand now. Fuck that. Is that pink and blue gun in the back 3D printed? Yes, Drunk Mouse made it for me. What do you think is a good home defense rifle? I was told by somebody in different chat that a 44 Magnum would be a good one. Number one, I really don't recommend using a rifle for home defense. I would use a shotgun before I used a rifle. Personally. Pistol, I also don't recommend a 44 Magnum for a home pistol. Now, if you're acclimated to the 44 round and you like the kick of a 44 Magnum, you do you, boo. But personally, that's not my style. What smells funny? Nothing. It was a joke. I was just sniffing a magazine for a picture. The second pistol above my monitor is a Canik TTI Combat. The Hilux is just a Yoda, huh? Yes, a Hilux is the outside the United States name for the Tacomas and the 4Runners. Dude, everyone's talking guns. I feel so small. All I know is a Glock 19 and a Deagle. Oh, keep watching, Chef. You'll see how many people that come in here that don't actually know guns that talk big like they know guns. Okay, I could do that then. So what do you think is a good shotgun for home defense? If you want something simple like a pump shotgun, get a Mossberg 500 or a Maverick 88. Always available for lower prices and super solid shotguns. If you want something in a semi-auto, I would recommend something like a Mossberg 930 Tactical, a Beretta A300. Those are in the $1,000 range to $1,200 range, but they're extremely reliable, extremely good. You can buy some of the Turkish stuff, but I don't always trust them. What happened to your eyes? I saw your mom naked. Why is America so obsessed with guns? There really isn't, man. They're not. So the problem you have is you have YouTube. So the view you have of gun owners is YouTube. And the typical guy that starts a gun channel that's trying to do it to become famous on YouTube, that wasn't what I did. But the typical motherfucker that gets on here and they do stupid shit and they shoot stupid shit and they do stupid tricks, they're the ones that make it look like we're all obsessed. Yes, there are more guns in America than there are people, but that doesn't mean we're all that obsessed. You had to type that 3 times because you thought you could put a racial slur and get it through. You're stupid. Also, your mom slaps the shit out of you all the time. For guys, Daniel's just giving a quote. I love that you have the courage to say you're not obsessed with the wall full of guns. That's not an obsession. That's a hobby. No hate. Most people who own pews own multiple. That's why it's such an amount of ownership. I'm in Winchester, good sir. Why you jump into violence? You're the one that started it by coming in and trying to be funny. I'm sorry you feel so hurt over it. Why don't you go find somebody else to watch? Would you recommend Turkish shotguns? Saw the one the other day for 150 bucks. They're okay, but I don't trust them with my life until I put a couple of hundred shells through them. Thanks for the advice. I really appreciate that. I'm broke currently without a job, but thanks for the advice. No problem. Some people collect stamps. My hobby at least can save my life. It can. Proper training. I already told you what city I'm in. Why you gotta be trying to play like that? By the way, threatening me like you are right now, it's really smart. Yeah, he's gone. It's cool. Pokemon cards never stopped the home invasion. I'm trying to think. They might. The amount of patience you have is unbelievable. Respect. I have as much respect, as much patience as I can. You're visiting your grandma. No problem. Is that a DWX? No, my DWX is not up there. Those are DWX grips on a Tanfolio, though. I have 3 different sets of grips for my DWX, and they fit on CZ75, so I put them on there for fun. Did I dump you for some reason? No, I didn't dump you. America has the most guns in civilian hands, which is part of the reason no other country tried to invade us. Well, it also has to do with our military presence and our ability to defend our borders. We're in a unique position that outside of a few other countries, we have the most defensible borders. We got her into a nice convalescent home. Well, that's good, Mouse. I forgot why you didn't like Glock. Because they spend all their money trying to convince people that they're worth $500-600 when they're not. Paul says, Joe, you're awesome. Glad to see you. Thank you, buddy. I'm bidding on a PO8 right now. Is it okay if I have it sent to the shop if I win? Absolutely. Let's see. Put some respect on this guy. He's a cool dude. He's out here trying to give advice to people. Thank you. Visit the Netherlands, where guns are illegal and where weed is legal. I never had a fight with the stoner. That's not true. Stoners get into fights all the time. They just give up halfway through. How is the SAR P8S? Is it worth it? They're fine. Yeah, my grandma's happy there. We watched her eat dinner. That's good. My phone died. What was the second pistol above your monitor? Canik TTI Combat. What's that one gun on the wall? Lol. Yeah, Mouse, absolutely, dude. Yeah, we won't be going too terribly long tonight. Again, my lives have been dropping to a couple of hours just because the content has been a little bit off, especially this week. And I really feel that we get everything out in a couple hours. So I think 6 hours a week is fine. See Glocks for sale all the time for $2K and up from people. Yeah. Sorry I left early on Wednesday. A friend came over to my house last minute. It's fine, Mouse. This week has been nothing but Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk, Charlie Kirk, Charlie Kirk. So, is 20 or 12 gauge better for a first shotgun? It depends on your size and your ability to handle a forceful push. If you can handle sudden push, like have somebody punch you in the shoulder, not super hard, but have somebody punch you in the shoulder. If you can take it, then 12 gauge is where I would go, because typically 12 gauge shotguns are more abundant, and the ammo is easier to find. What's the first gun you ever owned or shot? 2 separate things. First gun I shot was a 22 caliber Colt revolver. First gun I owned was a Rock Island Armory 1911. As much as I loved him, we got to move on. Pretty much. Acro, Aimpoint, or Trijicon. They're both very expensive, but I would probably say Trijicon would be my go-to before an Acro. Favorite high-end pistol? Nighthawk Customs and Hayes Customs. Below that, it doesn't really matter. Why did the gun collector go broke? I don't know. Dagger Micro or Glock 43X? Really neither. They're all just Glock clones, so they don't do anything for me. You like your Acro P2. You like your Acro P2 because you got it for free. You got the upgraded one for free. Don't lie to the people. Tell the truth, man. You had too many trigger purchases. Lols. Sorry, I have to check my email real quick. Yeah, I know you received my payment because I sent it to you, you fucks. Da-dum-da, da-dum-da, do-do-do, be-do-be, be-be-dee-be-dee-be-be, dee-dee-dee-dee-be-be-be, ba-ba-doo-boo-dee-boo-boo, poopa-doopa-dee-boo-boo, yabba-dabba-doo, yabba-dabba-doo, yabba-dabba-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. What is a revolver on the wall? That is a Heritage 22 caliber barkeep. What happened to Goose? I'm not 100% sure. Working a lot, maybe. He's popped into a few lives here and there, and I think he's just working his ass off, man. You think they choose the presidents they put on Mount Rushmore based on how they looked like on the rocks, or do you think they made the rocks look like the presidents? That's a natural wonder of the world. That is natural formation. So we found presidents that look like the rocks. No, it was at the time. It was a monument that was created by an artist of that time period, and those were the presidents that were most prominent at the time when he wanted to create the monuments. You like my A Square 577 Trex? Never seen one. What's my favorite gun that I currently own? Do I be a shill for companies or do I be honest? No, I'm just fucking with you guys. My current favorite gun would probably be my Para Ordnance Black Ops 1911 5-inch. Ahmed, hey, love your show. Thank you. Do I like nacho cheese Doritos? I actually prefer Cool Ranch. You like Henry rifles? Henry rifles are cool. Working at a gun store, we get to see them when they come into the store, and it's always funny because they had 2 rifles go out in 1 year that had live ammo in them, and there was discharges when they got to the shops because they would pull the trigger when they pull them out of the box. So if you look at the box of a Henry rifle, there'll be a big sleeve over the trigger that says "Do not pull the trigger. Check for empty." There'll be a checklist in there with no less than 4 people checking the guns clear, and an additional warning on top of all that one. It's about 180 to 220 pounds of felt recoil. Jesus! Oldest gun you own, 1903 pocket hammerless, made in 1907. Be right back, just got home. All right. What's Henry rifle? Henry repeating arms. Best Gatorade flavor, red. And if you say it's an actual flavor, like punch or whatever, then you're a narc. Thoughts on the 24 Beretta GTS? Never put my hands on one. Don't shoot long rifle. Never really done anything. I've shot 30-06 using just regular Federal. Do I have a Scorpion? Sending the love from Dublin. Well, thank you for the love from Dublin, but I do not have a Scorpion. The hammerless is in the safe, and no. I made a video on it. It's up there on the channel. No, I can't pick it up because even a 3D printed gun could get the live terminated. So it's not a real gun. It's a PLA 3D printed copy of a Chiappa Rhino. The 1911 in the background. Well, there's a couple of them. They're pretty nice. Which one are you referring to, my good sir? Oh my God, I gotta see your reaction. Look up Force of Nature TF2. Is it a YouTube thing? Oh. It's 8 minutes long. I'm not going to watch it right now, brother. The gray and the brown one. That is a stainless Springfield Armory loaded. Do you still have your 5.7s? I still have the TSOS 5.7. I sold the Rock 5.7 to a buddy. Did somebody build a real one? There it is. Okay, that's insane. I'm good. What is the best budget-friendly red dot site for the Springfield Echelon? What's your budget? When you say budget-friendly, I mean you can get the Olites for $170. You can get Swamp Foxes for about $200. Even the owner of Gideon Optics tells you to avoid $100 optics. So if you're talking around $200, you can find used Holosuns for around $200. Blowout sale Holosuns for a couple of $100. I wouldn't go less than a couple $100. Sileys are decent. I've got one of the Cat Zeros on one of my 1911s. Never had a problem. Tacos or burritos? Well, if you get a soft taco, it's basically a burrito. Would I ever try horse meat? I've had horse meat. I picked up the Ruger 1022 with the scope and hard case on sale at PSA. Nice. Giggity, giggity, goo. What's with Smiths these days? A buddy wanted me to find someone to polish and reblue his Dan Wesson, and there's next to no one doing it anymore. If you're looking for somebody, look up Taylor's and Company. They're in Winchester, Virginia. Look them up. They'll do it. Because to hot blue a gun is expensive to get the right equipment, so most people do cold bluing. But Taylor's does it. Tell me I'm on the fence here about this. Are force reset triggers actually legal to own, or are they in the gray area? I'm thinking to get one. I know it's not legal advice, but what's your take? Yeah, 100%, Ahmed. They're 100% legal. They filed a counter lawsuit against the U.S. government and the ATF. They won their case. FRTs are legal to own. You got a new sub. Thank you, Jay. Lips on the outside of the bottle is wild. I'm the only one that drinks from it. It also keeps all the liquid inside. How does a switch work? I know they're illegal. Just curious. So a switch, like the ones that you see that people use in all those nasty videos where they're doing stupid shit, all it does is it interfaces between the sear and the disconnector on the striker. So it just prevents it from being able to lock the gun or lock the trigger back. So it just allows the striker to keep dropping when the gun cycles. Cold blue Dan Wesson, nah. Where do you live, Keith? Can't own an FRT in California. Yeah. Hello, people. Oh, you're in Dublin. Are you enjoying a nice pint over there? I know it's pretty early in the morning. Why do people keep asking me if I have any 38 Supers? Of course I do. Can't even own a binary. But you can claim to be binary. It's perfectly fine. Would you agree that the 320 is the best starter pistol? Yeah, especially if you weren't intending to start. A-hole. No, it's the person asking that question is asking because the rifle that was supposedly used to kill Charlie Kirk is a Mauser. Why did you have so much guns? I'll tell you, my friend. I have so many guns because I live in America and I'm allowed to have as many guns as I damn well please. No, honestly though, Evan, the reason I have so many guns is because all those guns required engineering ability to create them. Most of them are different from each other. Yes, there are some that are the same style 1911s, but they're from different companies. I appreciate the engineering and the build quality that goes into a firearm. I also like to shoot them. I like the effort required to accurately shoot a gun. A lot of people think guns are only for destructive purposes. Guns are in the Olympic Games. Firearms are in the Olympic Games. So keep that in mind. So guns in the right frame of mind are nothing other than a ballistic tool. So they're just nice. You go hunting. Nope. Are those real, bro? Aye, they are. But they're basically A-cups. I lost a lot of weight. What trigger locks would you recommend for a 243 bolt, 20 gauge pump, and an AR-15? Just got them handed down from a family member. I don't really encourage trigger locks. I usually prefer something that will go all the way through the action or through the bolt. Those are water guns. Well, if I shoot you with one, you're going to feel a little bit of liquid. You so funny. Ah, you so funny. We like your jokes. You tell them like a real man. Was I in the military? No, I wanted to, but I was disabled from a teenager. What's that gun in the background? That like brownish one at the top. Oh, at the top is a black one, but if you're referring to that one, sir, that is a Sears Model 43103. It's a 22 caliber bolt action. They're blood guns. You were disabled from a teen, huh? Yeah, I've been disabled most of my life. There's guns here on the black market type thing. I had a Makarov. I loved it. Ammo was a cut to get a hold of, and my friend had a Scorpion. That's why I asked. Shot it, emptied a mag. Oh, amazing. That's crazy, brother. What got you into gunsmithing? I don't call myself a gunsmith. I'm a certified armorer for multiple guns, but I don't call myself a gunsmith because I don't do it for a living. But basically, I don't trust other people to do work that I'm capable of doing myself. That sounded disrespectful, and I apologize. No, it's fine, dude. I've had physical problems my whole life. I'm disabled from a teenager. You make it sound like you had a teenager make you disabled. Well, I didn't want to go to the war, so I was like, here, dude, hit me with your skateboard, kid. Have I got a Mark 10? No, I don't. 22 bolt actions are an addiction. They take my money like an ex-wife. Oh, well, that Sears is calling to you, a-hole. Jiminy is an excellent gunsmith and a sharpshooter. I shoot Sharp's brothers. No, Daddy, I understood where you're coming from. No, I was all geared up. My dad was career military, served in the Army, was in the reserves. He also worked for the Army Corps of Engineers. When I was a teenager, my goal was to join the Army like he was. As time came nearer, I had flat feet and a bad back from a teenager and developed arthritis early. So there was no chance of me getting in because it was the mid-90s. If I paid you a good deal, would you post in different parts? Please, my brother. Unfortunately, also do me a favor, Keith. Go ahead and retract that. Remove your own comment. But no, what you're asking me to do is a federal crime. So unfortunately, I can't. Charlie Kirk thoughts. He's dead. It sucks. I didn't know the man. I've never met the man. I've seen only video of him, so I don't have a formal opinion on the person himself. It's bullshit that somebody got killed for their opinions. How would they know it's you? Bro, they found the 1989 World Trade Center bomber using a pubic hair and the axle from the rented truck. And that was in the 80s. They would know. How do I feel about 40 short and weak? How do you think? Hello from Australia. What's up, Andy? How do you what's for dinner? I had some Chinese food. Streams, I asked you about a Ruger and I was in the market for it. No, dude, unfortunately, unfortunately, I answer almost every question and every comment that comes through, brother. I'm sorry, yes, I don't remember you. You wear Converse as a teen? My father only wore Chuck Taylors for like 15 years and ruined his arches. No, mine is genetic issues, not shoe wear. So pissed off, I'm waiting for my permit. Sorry, I woke up my dog. What gun shot Kirk? A bolt action something or other. They're claiming it was a Mauser. We'll wait and see when it's finally released. You can send me the email. True gunsmithing is a dying art form. More shiners do drop-in replacements or wood repair. Imagine machining a new barrel for a 100-year-old pistol. Can't do it. We need more gunsmiths to save old guns. Pretty much. Now I got a headache from reading. He wears heels on the weekend. Unfortunately, I can't wear heels because I don't have toes. So standing on my stump would be like wearing ballet boots. Not saying I've tried. Yeah, no. That's unfortunately not true, brother, and I'm going to keep removing those comments, brother. Keith, you got to stop. You got to stop. Rocky, come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Come here, pal. Come here, Rocky. Come here. Come here. He knows he's on camera, which is weird. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here, dude. Come here. You're a good boy. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Up. Come here. Look at the camera. Yeah, he just doesn't want to. Did you hear about the book that was released the day before he shot? It's called The Shooting of Charles. Come on, Michael. What happened to your toes? I lost them. I misplaced them. Come here, buddy. Come here. Hold on. Sit up. Yeah. This is Rocky. Whoa. Now this is Rocky in my lap. There you go. He's probably looking very nervous. Hold on. Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, buddy. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Here you go. Hey. Oh. Oh. So stay away from Converse, it won't help. Oh shit, I didn't know you lost a foot. I don't have either foot, man. Oh man. I'm gonna have to watch that back. I could just tell how freaked out he was. I've never had him sit up on my lap like that before. I'm so sorry, dude. Rocky was like, Dad, this is embarrassing. Put me down, pretty much. How difficult was the Kirk shot to make? Honestly, so in the heat of the moment, I can't speak to his mental state in the moment that he took the shot. But a 150-yard, 200-yard shot with a bolt-action rifle is not that hard. Pushing back on your claim about them identifying the suspect in the World Trade bombing through a public pubic hair. Okay, push back all you want. Sorry, mate. Okay, it's fine, dude. I understand where you're coming from, but unfortunately, you can't do stuff like that. Makarov sounds like the sear in the grip. I don't understand. What did I miss? I mean, emailed you the pic. All right, hang on a second. That actually hurt my lung laughing that hard. And so you're using filament to hold your filament. That is meta, dude. You got a lot of filament. Holy shit. Yeah. Okay. Good to see you laughing, bud. Thank you. Gentleman asking about broken Makarov. Oh, gotcha. That is the hardest I've heard you laugh. Rocky did his best to avoid the camera. Does he have warrants? I don't, honestly, I don't laugh that genuinely very often. It takes a lot to get me to laugh that hard. Am I too weak for 40? Am I too weak for 40? I called it short and weak because that's what it is. 40 caliber is nothing but a cut down 10 millimeter because people that shot 10 millimeter were pussies and couldn't handle 10 millimeter, so they created the 40 short and weak. No, Rocky just knows when he's being filmed. That's why he has his own channel. 40 is, yeah, basically. All right, buddy. Sorry, man. You asked me what my opinion was. That's my honest opinion about 40 short and weak. I don't really like a compromise round. You either shoot the high power round or you just admit you're too much of a pussy and carry a 9. Not you, I mean the people that prefer it. I just realized I've never heard anybody ask about a Dragov. Like a Dragunov? How many guns have you got? No idea. If that's the case, why shoot 9mm when there's a 9 Super? Because 9 Super was created for competition. A lot of calibers were created for competition. 38 Super was actually not created for competition, but it gives you higher round count than 45, but it was big enough to shoot in the majors category. Seen James Reeves shoot 40 through a 10. Yeah, almost any 10 millimeter will shoot a 40. It's just, will it reliably feed from the magazine, and is the spring too tight to cycle? Because 10 millimeter hits harder than a 40. Do I have any Smith & Wesson? Firearms, yes. I have not looked into Dungeons of Eternity. All right, Junk Mouse. My Glock keeps jamming. What do you think it is? Its middle name is Marley, Bob Marley. I don't know. You got to give me some more information, dude. What do you mean by jamming? Is it jamming while feeding rounds in? Is it jamming while getting them out? All right, Mouse. You have a good night, dude. I'm only going till 10, so my dog farted too. I've had a 40 for like 2 years. It just sits in the back of the safe, kind of a special edition, but I don't know if I would degrade the value of any of it if it were fired. Not really. Respect for the collection. Thank you, sir. I know that once or twice you've looked at the wall of guns and thought, which gun can I turn into a gun? Right? For the shot, 150 yards in a 30-06 is like a 3.5 bullet drop with the cosine from the shooting. From the elevated position makes it drop less and seems like it's a shorter shot, probably 1.5-inch drop. So yeah, of course, all the media outlets are getting professionals involved, and they're like, did he mean to shoot for the neck? Most of them were saying that he was actually aiming for a headshot, and he either breathed, moved, twitched, etc. But honestly, hitting a human-sized target from 150, 200 yards is not difficult. Frickin' typo. Dang it. It's a dungeon crawl game. Look cool. I'll check it out. I don't like period style games though, dude. Stovepipes, but I'm using a 22 round 40 mag, but it does have feeding issue. Who's the maker of the mag? Yes. Stovepiping with the stock Glock 22 round mag. Might be your recoil spring, possibly. It could be the spring in the mag. But it could be that your recoil spring might need to be replaced. Favorite handgun in your collection? Don't really have one. I like all my guns pretty much equally. They're releasing a peanut butter colored Glock 43X. Looks cool. It's still a Glock. Sorry, that laughing hurt my lung. So, yeah. I can't speak as loud as I was a minute ago. I'm the same one. Can't have a single favorite when you have 20 plus handguns. Yeah, you know, honestly, if I had a favorite, I wouldn't put anything up, honestly, you know. Does your dog like peanut butter? Nope. Doesn't matter. Even if I put it on my balls or on a sandwich, he won't eat it. But it'll look more like baby poop. No, peanut butter Glock is the 43X in FDE peanut butter is basically their version of a 19X. It's nothing fancy. Same DLC coating, just in a different color. Really wish they made the 43X ambient reversible like all the other Gen 5s. So, yeah, technically that gun is considered a Gen 4.5 because it still has single-sided controls. You went through an ODG phase, now it's on a peanut butter. Yeah, and technically by their own statements, it's technically its own lineup. It's the slimline Glock, so they said because it's supposed to be carried, it's not. They didn't want it to be too thick. The outside of my recoil spring is a little chipped. Do you think that's a little bit of an issue? It's possible. So a reason for stovepiping, it could be magazine related, it could be recoil spring related, it could be ejector related. Those are the three major components that can cause that. The last component, which is a possibility, but I doubt it, would be consistent lip wristing of the gun. You're holding it too loosely when you shoot it. I'm not saying that's the problem, but I'm saying that a Glock, you can limp wrist a Glock and get it to stovepipe 100% of the time. But more than likely, it could be your recoil spring or your magazine or the combination of them. So 22 rounder 40 cals were not standard in the gun. Does it do it when you use the standard mags? Cursed idea, subcompact Desert Eagle 50 AE. Be hard to do, but that would be interesting. Buy your guns black and buy Rust-Oleum rattle cans. One thing I've learned though is only do that with guns that you never want to get your money back for. I tried it with the 13 round mag. It went smooth until my cousin shot it. Pretty sure he limp wristed it. So it could be a combination. Maybe your spring's wearing out plus the magazine just isn't. One thing you can do is if you have stock Glock magazines, pop the base plate off, stretch the spring a little bit inside the magazine, and then reassemble it. It'll put more pressure on the round. So as you cycle the gun, when the gun comes back far enough to eject that round and pull up the next round, that round will shove up faster, which will help eject the spent casing. I don't know if this is only me, but when I'm shooting my sidearms and finish, my hand feels all cramped. Is it me or is it the gun? I'm not sure. It's you. It's either you're gripping the guns way too tight or you might have hand issues. I have hand issues. If your hands are cramped, it's because you're exerting a lot of force on your shooting hands. Either your grip is extremely, you're holding them in like a death grip because you watch too many videos telling you have to hold in a death grip, or you just hold that hard. Yes, Lucas. I would replace the guide rod first, but second I would do is pop the base plate off your magazine, take the spring out of the magazine and stretch it, and then when you reassemble it, it will put more upward pressure on the rounds. I get that Wick is saying that backstrap safety on my Springfield 1911 Garrison is sharp and hurts my hand. The backstrap safety is sharp on yours? Interesting. Tight grip and a limp wrist. Sounds like a Saturday night special or a really sad book. Maybe about 30 rounds through, so I got it, but it was pre-owned. Yeah, try replacing the recoil spring and stretching the mag spring. Have I seen No Man's Sky on VR? No. It's not really my style either. I like just sitting here in silence. Let's see how long we can do that. My dog likes it because then he falls asleep. Would I ever conceal carry a double barrel 1911? Not personally. Have I ever shot a 50 cal? Yes. Do I play Fortnite? No. Recommendations for a slim carry gun that is ambi. I'm pretty skinny, 5'10", 150, and struggle with printing while carrying. Good holster, good belt, and still can't hide a G19 without a hoodie. The Canik Meta MC9 LS, the Sig Sauer Fuse 365. They're both thinner than the Glock 19. You can probably find like a, I was gonna say a 1911, but you don't want to do that. The IWI Masada compact, the P10C. Although the P10C is close to a Glock 19, so that probably won't be about the same. Need to order DoorDash with some Korean food that I won't throw up or regret tomorrow. That's a good question. Kimbap or a bulgogi bowl? Get a bulgogi bowl. Avoid kimchi if you don't want to wake up with fermented cabbage in your stomach. Do you hear the bullets that were shot at Charlie Kirk and message on them? If you're reading this, you're gay, and other messages. Well, number one, only one round was fired, but number two, yeah, there was stuff scrawled on them, but I'm not really getting into it until I see the actual rounds. What's up with Atlas 30? I don't know what Atlas 30 is. Bulgulgi. Bulgogi. Yeah, I don't know what an Atlas 3i is. Oh, a comet? I hope a comet comes and lands right off the shores of Virginia Beach. Dude, I'm still coughing from that laugh. BMW, what's up? Casings had brain rot messages. Okay. I really don't do anything with space stuff. I haven't really followed anything astrophysics wise or just anything to do with anything space related in a long time. Trying to find a good VR game. Any suggestions? Yeah, Ghosted Tabor. Get it. We'll play together. We'll do some PvE. We'll wipe the maps. And then once you get good at it, we'll go PvP. Ghost of Tabor. It might be Jesus Christ coming back. Okay. Good to see you. I'm off to bed. You too, Ahmed. Atlas 36 is the former owner of Eagle Industries. Made all the gear for GWAT before being bought out by Vista. Okay. Bro is ready for the Civil War. No, I'm not getting involved in the Civil War. I'm protecting my homestead and my dog. So stay the fuck off my property if they declare secession. Dragon, what's up? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. I will not be in logistics. I would prefer to be cannon fodder. Ghost of Tabor has a problem with the fact that the guy that runs it, Scott, is basically trying to be Noah fucking Katz from Artesian Builds, where he keeps on making these fucking shorts videos where he talks about all the shit they added to the game that nobody asked for and how he completely ignores the fact that everybody keeps asking him to fix shit in the game and he just won't. The big difference is that Contractors, I have Contractors Exfil Zone, but the main difference is that Contractors doesn't have licenses for all the guns, so they're all fakes. They're all copies. Yeah. Like, even it had feeding issues when I tried to rack my slide back. That sounds mag-related more. Ghosted Tabor, did you get the bundle version? Yes, I've got all the features. I've got all the DLC. The only one I don't have is the new Uwu 2. I've got Team Tactics, so if we were to play it, I think I'm the one that has it, so I'd have to be the squad leader. Yeah, I own the that one, so. Have you ever seen that CoffeeZilla video on gambling and Counter-Strike? I've seen a lot of stories about the gambling and Counter-Strike, and it was pretty crazy. Only you care that they are not exactly the same because they did not pay the licensing. Nerd! My dog didn't even wake up. I also didn't know people still play Counter-Strike. Oh, dude, tons of people do. I don't play it anymore. Haven't in a long time. So I really don't play a lot of PvP games. Ghost of Tabor, you can play it PvE, which is just you versus the AI, which is the main reason why I still play it. What kind of doggo do you have? I only have one. He's German Shepherd, American Staffordshire, and Potato. Yeah, if you watch the video I put up today, the Bim Bim Bop is pretty good. Do I have Twitch? I'm getting around to doing Twitch at some point because Twitch allows me to manipulate firearms. Their TOS allows you to demonstrate, clean, disassemble, and I could even shoot them at the range on a Twitch live stream as long as I'm not doing it aggressively. Twitch also allows you to play music. Yeah, I mean, technically I could play music on YouTube, but then they would get a cut. This live isn't monetized. Counter-Strike is boring in my opinion. Most of the community are gamblers instead of actual people. Pretty much. So you can't shoot hood style. I can shoot hood style. I just can't wave it around aggressively, and you can't point it directly at the camera. I do not stream gameplay. No. No. Lucas, unfortunately, I've never served. I wasn't able to. I was disabled since I was younger. You done any videos on your top 5, 10 favorite pistols or top 5 assault rifle? No, honestly, Dragon, that's not what I really do. I probably should start doing that. My whole thing is I just show. It's kind of like Forgotten Weapons, where he shows you old guns, disassembles them, talks a little bit about the company. That's what I do with new stuff. I really don't do much of the top 10s or top 5s, or if I can only have ones. I should. Maybe when I start getting sponsors, maybe I'll start doing stuff like that one. Favorite Glock, a melted one. I haven't set up my VR yet, so I'm going to set it up and then buy it tonight. Oh, you can't buy my Grandmaster, but you can buy a video game. Jiminy, I came back, just said seeing your thumbnail was the first time I've seen you hatless. Yeah, not that many people see me without hats. What GPU is that? That is a RTX 4070 Ti. Yeah, I don't do much without the hat. I even wear the hat when I'm not streaming. I wear the hat in VR. I just turn it around. And it helps hold the strap up. Bro just farted, and I seriously just want a KMS. Okay, now I'm leaving. All right, dude. I don't buy Glocks because if you leave them on your car dashboard, they melt and it'll be a mess. Also, buying a Glock is like saying you're a hipster nowadays. You're buying the name. You're not buying anything special. CZ used to be the hipster gun. Now it's Glocks. Bro, how can you fart that bad of a smell and still sleep? Did you die? Rookie! Okay, just checking. You really like the smell of your own brand, don't you, boy? I don't see a runny puddle on the cushion. You okay, buddy? You doing good? Yeah, you okay? Oh, he winked at me. He's fine. Turned into Malbus most wanted when you turn the hat around. Glocks are my least favorite sidearm ever. People are obsessed with them. That's what makes them overrated. Pretty much. Is that a 511 hat? No, these are Flex Fit caps. I buy them on Amazon. I used to buy them in a mall, but malls are over. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. I won't pick you up, I promise. Come here. I'm just going to pet you. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Come here. It's okay. I promise. I'm just going to pet you, buddy. There you go, buddy. Come here. Come here, buddy. Yeah, he's paranoid that I'm going to pick him up again. It's okay, buddy. Come here. A little closer. Come here. Come here. Come here. I just want to pet you. So, anyways, he's being a little bit shy. He's all right. I'm not a Glock fan either. I had a Smith & Wesson before the 27N. I was so mad when I bought the Glock and it jammed. Yeah, I can bet. 2K gun or $40 game. They're the same thing in my opinion, bro. Good boy. Come here, buddy. You good? He also doesn't like the fan, I think. The fan is up there. I keep a fan going because his fart peels the wallpaper. Am I into spaghetti westerns? Haven't really watched them, honestly. They're a little bit outside my genre. In the 80s when I was growing up, I had Knight Rider and Dukes of Hazzards. Well, then donate me the gun and how buy the game. No, you buy the gun and I'll donate the game. Do you have any staccatos? I've got one and I'm not impressed. No, I sold my staccato because I wasn't impressed. What kind of music am I into? I like all music. I'm actually a weather listener, so if I'm stuck inside, I'll listen to more country. If I'm in the car, I listen to more hip hop. And when I drive long distance, I tend to sing along to musicals. Because I'm fruity! Some of you were going to say that, so I thought I'd just get ahead of it. How do you like the MX-1 Glock chassis? Are they better variants? Well, that's the P1X, not the MX-1. I like it. It's fine. I actually think the Meta Tactical is one of the better ones, but that one's cool because it turns your Glock into an AR style, which is completely different from the other ones. Do I play any video games, my guy? Yes. Have I ever listened to blues music? I got to be in the right mood for blues music. I want to be more chill when I'm listening to blues music. Blues music kind of relaxes me versus anything else. I don't remember you, Julie. I do apologize. Have you ever played any of the Red Dead games? Only the first one, and I never played it to any kind of fruition. I stopped at the poker game, and I just played poker for like 4 hours. All right, guys, we're getting down to it. We got about 14 minutes left, so if somebody has any real questions, let me know. You listen to it almost every day now just to ease the mood, you know what I mean? Yeah, pretty much, man. So I used to listen to blues and jazz, and there used to be a station in Minnesota where I live that played just classic music. I used to listen to that some days when I just wanted to relax. Justin, you have a good night. Tell your wife I said you were a smart man and you made a good purchase for your family's future. Yeah, the mini games get me hooked, especially blackjack. I just, I've played so many goddamn video games that a lot of them are just boring to me. Like Fallout 4, I've got almost 2,000 hours into that game. 90% of it has been in builder mode. Ordered bulgogi gimbap and donkatsu. Will report back. Sounds good, a-hole. I will clip it for you. Thank you, Joe. Hey, also, Mrs. Justin, tell your husband he needs a hoodie. For those of you that don't know, I'm making hoodies. I'm having 50 of them made. I did 50 t-shirts originally. I'm doing 50 hoodies. They're $45 a piece. They'll have the Jiminy Show logo on them and the American flag on them. Once the pre-orders are done, it'll take about a month. So you can have them in time for Thanksgiving. Stone's definitely getting a hoodie. So there are 48 hoodies available. The reason why Glock is so popular is because it's been in movies. It's the only reason why everyone knows about them. They're overrated and blocky. No. I mean, if you really want to get pedantic about it, there have been more Lugers in movies, more high powers in movies, and more HKs in movies than there have been Glocks, honestly. I mean, like for a hero type weapon. Talking about video games, I played Gran Turismo racing game for like 6 months. That is so boring. Gran Turismo is a full simulation game. It gets very boring very easily. Forza Horizon was fun, but once they stop updating cars, it loses its appeal to me. Am I doing them flag forward? No, I'm going to do them just like the shirts you ordered were. You need to do them this way. When the stars are on the front of the sleeve, that's because the flag is going in this direction because you're going forward towards victory, is the reason the flag looks like that on the shoulders. What's the big deal about those 1911s? You got to be a lot more specific, brother. Hey, man, see you later. Have a good night. All right.
My name is Handy McHandahan. I am here to teach you things. Can you believe this idiot has guns? We don't know either. We think, wow.
You know. Those 1911s. Oh, wait, I'll do Seth Green. Those are 1911s. My final question of the night, have you ever shot a 50 caliber? Yes. I've owned a 50 caliber Desert Eagle and I've shot a 50 BMG M82A1 Barrett. I'm hanging up the VR sensors now. What system do you have? You got the Index? Sloth. Wait, before I go, real question. Do you have any preference for rifles, like ones I should own or buy? I think if you want to call yourself a gun enthusiast, you have to get an AR-15, AK-47. You should get a bolt of some kind and a lever. But honestly, no. I'm not a real rifle guy personally. I just like my basic stuff. High power or 1911. I've been customizing my high power clone. It's too much fun. I prefer the 1911. The high power is nice, but the trigger's not as pure. Ha! What's up? I don't know. You got the Index. Holy shit. Of course you would. What about a potato gun? My dog is a potato. You're missing the FNP 90 for your wall. No, I'm not, because I don't have the ability to own a full auto one, so there's no reason. All right, thanks. Have a good night. Yep. This man is cooked right now. Yep. Clip it and ship it, bro. According to Joe, I'm not a real pistol guy because I don't own a Glock. You don't. You don't own a Glock. You're not a real guy. Also, you took my recommendation for a lot of your guns, so you're just fucking weird. My mistress would be mad because I can't put on my collar. There you go. Rocky just hurt his collar. Look, buddy, I'm wearing your collar. I'm wearing your collar. Look, I'm wearing your collar. Isn't that funny? I'm wearing your collar. You need to go outside? The look he's giving me right now, he's like, what the fuck are you doing, Dad? They're made of porcelain, for God's sakes. Yeah, they can go through any thingy. Accidentally bought it during COVID, said it was a long wait on shipping, so I clicked on it and said, thank you for your purchase. Ah, yes, the Glock 7. Here you go, buddy. You want your collar? He's drinking water. Do you want your collar? You don't need to wear it unless you want to go outside. You want to go outside? No? Okay. It's not the first time I've ever worn a collar. Ask Stone. I'm pretty sure I sent him the picture. I dated a girl. She made me get one that said cunt. Or was it cum slut? I can't remember, but she made me wear it. By the way, I'm not inhibited, so much as I love Die Hard, I hate the dialogue from Bruce. Yeah, well, it was a movie. Don't tell people about our private time. You should post the dick pic on Discord. Yeah, my dog is done with my shit. Although he poops like a Martinsburg monkey fucker. And you're the she. Got it. You and you're the. Wow, somebody's using either talks to text, or they're sleepy, or their wife is punching them for buying a belt-fed AR upper or 1022 double barrel. All right, guys, we are about as done as we're going to be tonight. So, Charlie Kirk, dead. Shooter, supposedly arrested. We'll see what the court case does. You admit you're the she. Dude, as long as I have an orgasm, I don't care what I do. I sank a lot of cash into my Glock 17C build. It has almost no felt recoil. It was a fun build, but pricey. Yep, now try to sell it. I got $1,500 into it. I'll give you $300. I custom built a Gen 3 45 and sold it for $6. What's the little green gun? Can't touch guns. Good night. Have a good weekend. You too, Buckshot. Y'all have a great one. I'm going to go pick up a bunch of guns tomorrow. Yeah. Stone, send me my 226, goddammit. If you want your Match X. Everybody else, if you want a t-shirt or a hoodie, email me. Everybody have a good one. I'll bury it with me. Made me enjoy the hobby. It's a good way to think about it, brother. Don't sell it. Absolutely. Keep it. I'll show you the guns before we go, though. There's nothing special up there, but they're guns, so take a closer look. Got the Derya DY9, the Canik TTI Combat, Tanfoglio Witness, SAR K2 and 45, the PSA AR9, Gerson Regard Gen 4 Sport, Springfield Loaded Target Stainless, G-Force Arms Chronicle with the Punisher Comp, XF Pro, Star Arms Firestar in 45, TSOS BR9, Hammerly 22 1911, and the Yeet Cannon. Yep, so everything looks fake until you get shot with it. Not a threat, just saying the truth. All right, guys. Hey, Rocky, say goodnight. Rocky, say goodnight. Say goodnight, buddy. Like, I'm laying on the floor. Leave me alone. Go home. He said go home. So everybody go home. All right, guys. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.